Ideas in action build the foundation of the future. The past is always present. Sport is a part of us, part of being human. So too is our desire to make, to create, to craft. In this race with no finish line, it is up to us, no matter where you are in the world, or how far you are on your journey, to push the boundaries of what is possible. It's why you're here, why we're all here.
At the end of the day, we build product for athletes. Our ability to see how the athlete's needs and wants are changing and us being able to respond to it is super important. I look at social media today and how much that's impacting the demand signals that we deal with. And our ability to respond to that is going to be critical to our continued success. And so for me, I get excited about helping people see what's possible, helping people identify what it's going to take to actually deliver against that promise, and then watching us as we continue to delight consumers.
I think until you go out into some of the countries where we manufacture, it's easy to underestimate the real impact of the brand on people's lives. It's like we're playing a game of chess to try to look at all the macro impacts, the trade and tariff impacts, the capabilities of the factories, where the consumer is, how we get closer to consumer, how we be more responsive and flexible, and we're weighing all those considerations into our sourcing decisions.
We're changing product or changing the model that's run on a line every season, and sometimes even more often than that. And what that creates is challenges in automation, because when the environment's always changing, it's hard to hone in on what it is you can automate.
So automation for us is not only for shoe manufacturing. We start from shoe business process, but after that, we develop those automation skill and knowledge to different process. It's a joint vision to change the manufacturing. The destination is the same.
Manufacturers are able to move faster, and we've saved a phenomenal number of samples and time. The teams, more importantly, feel like they're more creatively empowered. They're more collaborative with their manufacturers. They feel like they have much better creative, collaborative conversations, and that they're focusing on the product.
I think if you really look back, if you go back to the Shoe Dog book, and you see what Phil was doing in the early years when he was traveling to Japan and when he was traveling to Taiwan, building relationships with factory partners, talking about growth, that is partner management. So you can talk about partner management as something new, but partner management is the history of the company.
We know that within the industry and even outside the industry, nobody does what we do in terms of the types of relationships we have, the health of these relationships, the kinds of dialogue and business strategies that we help build and deploy. I mean, nobody does it like we do. And the simple way I think about it is our founder decides to go to Japan and start this vision of contract manufacturing. And then Jerry Carver came in the mid to late 90s and created a whole new strategic framework by which we would work with our partners. That had never been done before. Only the second time in the history of our company did a leader come in and say, hey, you know, it's time to rethink how we want to work with our partners. And then fast forward another 20 years later, here we are today. And we're now thinking about how do we serve the consumer differently? Because we know the world around all of us is moving faster than it ever has. So we got to keep pace. And together we have accomplished way more, far more than we ever could have imagined. And so now is the time to think about the journey we've been on. How do we come together and create a legacy for the next generation to maybe even do things that we weren't capable of doing? We've all been put here for a reason, and that's to help the next generation in our factories and here at Nike take it to a whole nother level.